Good morning and welcome to Monos, featuring me, Monica Mo Justice. Just one of them days. For those of you who've been with me for a minute, I'm in one of those moods. Okay. I'm going to devote less than an hour to this. Okay. Good morning, DJ. All right. So I got up this morning. I went to go listen to Bad and Bougie's video. I guess I just have to get straight into it. Because I'm a little bit pissed. I'll wait till she comes in the chat to get permission to play her video. But it was 9 hours ago. So I was asleep 9 hours ago. When you work from home, I don't know how this is going for other people during this Rona situation. But for me, after I finish my work, I go to sleep. I wake up sometime in the morning and then I try to figure out how I'm going to do my day. Okay. I'm going to play a video for folk because I want folk to understand or have a baseline to where bullshit began. Two men. No, there's a whole little the drama community, the K division, the K unit division had subsections of it, as I described the other day. And there were two groups in the K world. In the K unit world, one group of folk were out here trying to solve a crime. Another group of folk were out fighting, trying to get their voices heard. So they considered themselves the advocates, and the other group of people considered themselves the people seeking justice. Out of those two worlds, the advocates broke off because there was some money issue going on with how they was raising money. Hey, Bam, how they was raising money over on their side of the world. So after the case spittled out and nothing else was coming of it, you had the groups here on the YouTube and I guess on Facebook or wherever they were socializing from start to go in on each other. People that were all together with the same common goal then flipped and started turning on each other, and it became a whole another story for them. I put some. So I was trying to explain the other day how somewhere you have to follow their storylines because I don't know what really happened. But somewhere down the line, one of those members out of that fucking society decided to take a trip to New York or take a trip up the Northeast coast. And when he took a trip up the Northeast coast, he came to meet or met with one of his subscribers. So I'm going to share that video with you guys. Let me cue it up because I had to find it. And I don't like people mischaracterizing what I say or call me a liar or I hate it the most. I despise it. So let me go to my videos. I have a date. It was October 14th, 2018. So I'm looking for that video. Let me go to my studio. All right. How did I find it quickly? I used the filter. Oh, we went live. I didn't realize that was a live video. Oh yeah, we did. It wasn't because I had somebody in there. I want to show the video this way because I want to focus on something. Don't start texting me and stuff this morning. I meant to call you yesterday. I got you. I don't enjoy in on bullshit. But never will anybody say that Momomo picks on people that ain't fuck with her first. Oh, I should have put more videos on this damn thing to look at on the screen. It better not start me over from the start, from the beginning. I'm gonna be mad. Oh. We're talking about October 2018. We're entering May 2020. Damn, girl, you got so many videos up here. All right, we're in November. So it's October 14th. This video right here. Okay. That video right there. Go back to the stream. Hey, cooking with still. Okay. Drive safely. No, it's no breakfast. What is breakfast? No, I ain't get to do no breakfast because I was just in there sorting the recycles, and I was gonna take the recycles downstairs when I'm listening to a video and I hear Monica Mo Justice. I keep saying, everyone knows how the algorithm works. So people put your name, say your full YouTube government so that they could get you connected. So your videos will now link with their shit because they said your name. Because you're a commodity. I'm an asset. So motherfuckers use my name because I'm an asset. I don't use their name because they're insignificant, irrelevant, not relevant, don't hold no weight. But what you will not do is make false statements against me. That you will not do. All right, let me see what this looks like. All right. Do y'all see this video? Okay, good. I see what y'all can see. Let me see. Can I hear what y'all can hear? I'm gonna play the video. Yeah. Hey, that's a beautiful Momomo. This video, so let me give it an introduction. As you can see, it says Mo finally meets Glib in person. This is a day, some sunny day or foggy day actually, in 2018 when I met GLIB Talk. I don't have no fancy studio here. Okay, so here we go. You can't. Hold on a minute. Look at for now. Just look at the relationship between the two. No, I'll play it a different way in a minute. I just want for the audience right now. Two YouTubers meet. The video ends. I'm gonna scroll up now to the comments, and just as I considered, it's okay, sir. You could remove your comment. I screenshot it yesterday. So that lets me know that you're intentionally watching my shit. I'll go get the screenshot because we don't do anything without screenshots around here. And just for you doing that shit, I'm gonna help you out with that. Let me put the thumbnail on this video. Cause I got time. Let me stop sharing the screen. Oh, let me just give you the volume. You wanted to hear the volume. Hold on. Oh, you know what?
I got to see one of my babies to say. I'm so happy she did. I gotta jump up. You could do what? If your arms was wet. Listen, I'm so happy that she was able to take time to hang out with me. We did some really good stuff. Tell them what we did. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you what we did. Listen, you can imagine. You know how I get down. Y'all, I got GLIB babies all over the internet. So, you know. Oh my God, King of Fo, that is not true. That is not true. Believe me. I'm sorry. I'm joking. That was a joke. Don't send it to my wife. I'm playing. I was just kidding. Yeah. No wife. No wife. But hello to her as well. And hope the next time you're in town, you stop by again. Christmas. Christmas. Okay. See you at Christmas. We'll see you at Christmas, but you'll see us soon. All right, y'all. All right.
So you'll see us soon. It's how I ended that. I'm gonna put up the I don't know how it sounded. I don't know why everybody texts me when I go live. So everyone's afraid of the chat this morning. Let me just find out that y'all afraid of the chat. It just never ends. It just never ends. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that because I'm working behind the scenes doing some other stuff. Okay, I'm gonna change the thumbnail to show you the comment, the first comment that was my on that video, on the bottom of that video. Mm, 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 mm. This one, that one. All right, go over here into your live studio. Mm, 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 mm. All the way back to the beginning. Let us no cancel this. I'm gonna go into the control room. I swear, learning how to utilize all this stuff. Oh, this is different. I never even seen it like this. Let me make sure the sound is still. Let me make sure the sound is still. Let me make sure that. Okay. No, I'm trying to change the. This is a stream setting. First of all, I never even seen this view before. This is some new shit. Every time you come into this YouTube, I swear to goodness sakes, they got something new going on. I'm all in. Oh, look at this thing. Oh, I like that. Hold up. I'm sorry. They got new shit going on over here. I ain't never seen before. Wow. Well. I turned that feature on. Let me see. I can see the chat in this window. All right. Let me go to this look like a little cog. Normally the cogs be settings. Let me see if this is the setting I'm gonna need. Well, I'll put it on the screen because when I dug up the video the other night because I didn't like the way uh somebody had his trolls in my room. And the reason why we know it was his trolls is because I baited it and then he came out as himself, which I gotta give him mad respect for finally coming in as oneself. But once he came in as himself, he came in spewing lies. And when you speak um, misinformation here, I don't let that live. So in his lies, I just removed him all at once. Bum, 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 bum. But I will put the comments on the thumbnail when I'm done. Anywho's, so I'm listening to Bad and Bougie's video this morning, and I'm being accused of being a racist. So I need to know, what race am I against? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything until I find out what it is the person's definition of words are. Because we know that some people came off the yellow bus, the small bus, and their definition of shit is a little bit different than my formal definition of shit. So before I get myself all wrapped up and upset and impersonal about some shit or taking something personal, I need to first find out what's that person's definition of racist. Because as far as I'm concerned, they could be talking about something totally fucking different. Could have made up a race. Could have put something in the category of a race that don't even fall in that category. So before I get myself all worked up, I'll just wait to hear more. So there'll be more to come on Mo being a racist if it could be defined. And that's it. I ain't been up here talking about nobody's, anybody's, anything because I don't know your shits. So I don't talk about things I don't know. Um, and that's about where I'm gonna leave that. But we only zip codes away. I'm gonna leave that right where it needs to be left at as well because I go outside. I canvass my community. I'm not afraid to go outside. Nothing has me stuck inside my house. Now, out of Sunday's thing, someone asked me uh about doing a certain type of live, and I'm giving it some thought and figure out if it would be beneficial, because a lot of things you can't talk about in this climate, and I don't want to get caught with a whole lot of stuff. I don't want to get caught in a whole lot of unnecessary chatter, especially after the first go round when everybody was black folks can't get this, and then the face of this became black folk, and that's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Anywho's, um, I'm reading this text message. Hmm. I promised myself I wasn't gonna look at this. I wasn't gonna look at these messages until after I finished work today because I realized I missed a lot of people's things yesterday. But and there was a lot of opinions being launched around. And I was just like, whatever. Two thoughts Tuesday is what I normally do on Tuesdays. And my two thoughts for today was really around the conversations I would be having with I would be having. The conversations that I wanted to engage in um broadly. I've been spending because I'm being ghetto here. A lot of time just reaching out to family and friends, more so friends, just to see how they're doing, how they're holding up in this circumstance. And I had a real good conversation with with the friend the other day, and we were reminiscing about shit we did in our teenage days, in our young adult days. Um, but I found it very. There was a moment in the conversation where she says, "You know, when well, let me give y'all the background. I reached out to first see how everything was doing, and second, she's a hairstylist." So that means she has a cosmetology license. And you know, I want to get my nails done. So I was trying to get the acrylic stuff ahead of time from the one I ordered, see if anybody had an emergency supply. So she was like, "Oh, you can have my license number and just go order you whatever you want with my license number." And I was like, "Girl, you just," she said, "Well, I don't give it to everybody, but like if that's what," she said, "Monica, this is you." And I was thinking about that shit. She said, she was just like, I would, she was like, "Here it is. And go order whatever you gotta order." And I was thinking about it. I was like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I ain't spoken to you in a month of days, a month of Jesuses. I'm being funny. And you're just like, "Here, take it, whatever." And then she said, shit, when I go inside there and it asks you, "What's your best friend's name?" She said, "I put your childhood friend." She said, "I always put your name." And I was like, yo, that is just so crazy. And it's so weird because I had two conversations in the same day with women, and I got the same sentiment from both women. Not the other one didn't say um she put her password in a name, but she was just like, "If there's anything you ever need, whatever, whatever." And then they, like, we were reminiscing, and they was just talking about my loyalty as a friend. And I had to think about that when I got off the call. I was a little overwhelmed by it because I was saying, I am a good person. And folks that really fuck with you know it. And the other fucking people that don't, too damn bad. Too bad, so sad. That's the world they live in. So being here on the YouTube and trying to make folks relate to you is silly. Good morning, cows. Trying to make folks relate to you is really silly. Um, because we come from different walks of life, and that is so it's fortunate for me. It's unfortunate for you because uh, we're in a day and age where you could have taken my experience and enhanced your shortcomings and perhaps had a wonderful thing going on for you. Because what you would have heard from my experience is that it ain't over until the fat lady sings, and the fat lady ain't singing yet. She ain't stopped singing yet. Um, so it's just unfortunate. But those conversations with the ladies I had that I had with late Sunday night, um, and both women, um, I have to admire them because um, I remember when we were close. Like these are women that when I was in like one person, I am her son's godmother. And you know, we've been friends since first grade. Uh we were friends since first grade because we live on the same block. We lived on the same avenue, just blocks down. So I had to cross in front of her house to go places. And one day she was just outside playing in her sprinkler um, outside her house. And I was walking by her house with my little sister. And she was like, "Y'all want to come in here and get wet? Get wet with me?" Because she was all playing by herself. And I was like, "Yeah." Or my sister was like, "Yeah." So we ran up in her yard and got all wet. And then we walked down the block to our house and we was wet. And my mother was having a fit with us because we was super wet because we came out of her bed. And I was like, the girl let us play over there. So that's how we started our friendship. And then we went to different elementary schools, even though we lived on the same block, until sixth grade. And in sixth grade, we was in the same sixth grade class. So um, she went to the better elementary school. Uh, and then we was friends ever since then. We had the cheerleading stories. Like we was going through it all. We had our cheerleading stories, and we went to junior high school together, and just giving y'all just a little breakdown of some stuff. And because I was in the bilingual program, I can't even begin to fucking say this shit. I was like in a 7-11 class, a 7-9 class. And I came home and I told my mother I did not belong in that classroom with those group of people. What had happened the previous year when we was in sixth grade, my mom had got really, really sick. She was very sick when we was young. I don't know what that was about, but she was very sick when I was a younger child. She spent a lot of time in and out of the hospital. And I took the standardized test and performed extremely poorly on the test. And when they group you in your placement in school, they group you by your test results. So when I got to the junior high school, I was like in a 7-11 class, all the way down at the bottom of the barrel. And um I had to go back to my sixth grade teacher and have her contact the principal and speak to the principal because they all felt it was wrong. I should have been up in one of the other higher performing classes. And lo and behold, I was transferred into the 7SP class. And the next year, I performed extremely well on the test. And I went into 9SP. I skipped eighth grade and went into ninth grade. But I had to go back and get people to advocate for me and have my mother come up to the school and do her best to advocate. So that's why I said I need somebody to define racist for me so I can understand what race they believe that I'm against. I saw some shit they wrote in my chat and I was just like, wow, that is so fucking crazy. That is really weird. That is thing. But then I just realized that people say anything here because they want you to be engaged. Kels, are you still here? They just want to be entertained And that's why they do the shit that they do. They loop you into their stories all the time. It just never freaking ends. You get put in people's stories. And even, I'm going to go back and replay this. If Kels is here, I'll replay it. If she's not here, then I won't replay it. Okay, I want you to see this video because I know you wasn't subscribed to me at the time. So, I didn't finish listening to that because once I heard I was a racist, I just turned this shit off. I don't know what was said after that point. I was just like, I can't with these people. You really can't with these people. But they went in and took their comment off. So I'm gonna put the comment on the title. And the comment basically was, where's my screen? The comment they put to this video, it's a 2-minute video. Boom, 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 boom. Where's my gallery? Why this damn Joanne's keeps opening up? I'm not even trying to F with Joanne's. Gallery. The comment said, Glib's mistress and a question mark. So I had to do a reaction video to that ignorant mess. He was going to make something up. Well, he's trying to defend. Well, he's trying to not defend. He is trying to account for why he's got an issue with me. But the only reason why he has an issue with me is because of the social manipulation. And the social manipulation was so strong in the first go round of this stuff in 2018, people weren't even knowledgeable that they was in this social, that they had been manipulated, that people had put information out here, right? And that other people had followed it to the extent that it became obsessive to them. So to be more specific, I'm always talking to people about predictive programming. He is a prime candidate for being successfully programmed. Okay, here is how bad that predictive programming was, to the extent that somebody came and took a trip and told everybody, yeah, it is a cult. And I said some people the other day belong in this cult-like environment, and they are accustomed to following the cult leader. And they don't realize that they follow down a hole. So here, the volume is not good on this. Because now I'm in another environment, but hold on. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen in this format. I think it comes up. It comes up like that. No. It'll pick how it shares the screen. I'm mad I got a car too. What the fuck? Hey, Asio. I don't even understand what that means. That somebody's mad that I got a car. I don't even understand what that means. That means nothing to me. Hold up. I'm trying to see what y'all see. I hate when I can't maneuver 5 different things at one time. Okay, so you are saying that. All right. Do you see this video? This is on October 14th, 2018, when I met GLIB. Now, this is the interesting thing about this meeting. In these people's world, they was arguing, or that man was having an argument with this man, and this man was on a trip up the northeast, because I got other information from him when he came on his visit up here, and I might add, it would be disrespectful for me to disclose what he said, but I'm gonna say this much: I'm not liking the roles I'm seeing people play around here in this bullshit, but at the end of the day, this man here was arguing with that other fool, and the other fool came in my comments and asked if I was GLIB's mistress with the question mark. So that's how he asked questions. He put two words together, and then says question mark as if it's a question. So he came in my room the other day under a troll account and did the same thing. That is a pattern of behavior. That is your style of communicating. So that's how the troll was easily identified as you. And what I said to the person was, if you was a real man, you wouldn't address me under a troll account. If you got that much to say, you would come and say it under your own name. You'd want your own credit for it. I said, instead, you a punk hiding out behind an avatar, behind a fake name or whatever, because you are afraid of the people to see you up in here or whatever. And it made the person then come out of his shell. So listen to this very carefully. This is how when you meet somebody on the YouTube that you haven't never met before. Do you hear this? We're speaking and we're like, we got to meet. He says, I got to meet one of my favorite YouTubers today. And I'm like, I got to meet one of my favorite YouTubers today. This is just a regular conversation.
I'm so happy that she was able to take time to count today. We just really good. I'm not gonna tell you what you did. Just imagine. I got you.
So here's the subliminal message, right? And I'm gonna leave it with my eyes looking like that and everything, right? Because now that I'm hearing all the backstories, this statement here is critical, because I'm having a conversation with this person, but this person is really speaking to the other party that he has a dispute with outside of our engagement. So this is how people send subliminal messages to other people. Listen to what he says again. I just want to bring it back.
I'm not gonna tell you what we did. Just imagine.
I'm not going to tell you what we did. You can imagine. That's because somebody else's imagination was thinking I was a mistress. You understand? This is a fine example of predictive programming. And this is how you can easily find yourself in the middle of this bullshit and don't even know that you're a pawn in somebody else's fucking game, that they was playing chess with each other or checkers or whatever fucking games they were playing on this fucking day. We did some really weird stuff. We did some really weird stuff. Who was that message for? Messaging, predictive programming, stuff to make other people upset.
I'm not gonna tell you what you did. Just imagine. You know how I got GLIB babies all over the place. Oh my God, that is not true. That is not true. Believe me.
Homeboy said, I got GLIB babies all over this internet.
Don't listen to my wife. I'm playing. No wife. But hello to her as well. We'll see you in Christmas, but you'll see us. All right.
All right, you'll see us soon. I will put on the thumbnail the guy's response when the guy wrote me in the comments, because the comment is now removed. But I was able to screenshot the comment the other day when I pulled this video up, because I knew when I was speaking the other day that I was trying to put this all together and explain how people willingly or unwillingly put you in their bullshit. And this is a fine example of me being put into their spotlight. So anyone that says they didn't know of Monica Mo Justice or who Monica Mo Justice was, that comes from that camp over there, is lying. And that's not the first interaction, but that's the first personal interaction where you have an in-person interaction that you could say, as of October 14th, 2018, anybody affiliated with that man that was in the video with me, that comes from that community over there, they were very well aware of who Monica Mo Justice was. That she existed, that she was here. Not to mention, I have been on his channel numerous times, been on his platform numerous times before that, and maybe once or twice after that meetup. I definitely did an interview. I was interviewed on that man's platform shortly thereafter that meetup. And I'm going to say this, and this is no disrespect to anybody. So let me just put this in general terms. I normally rock like this. And this is a premise I live on. When something weird happens for the first time, or something goes wrong the first time, I just be like, shame on that person. But if I put myself in a situation where it's a repeat episode of something, then guess what? I say shame on me, because I put myself there. And at some point, For those of you that don't know, I was in here arguing on this live with the other motherfucking religious, the people that was supposed to be a fucking roly poly oly couple. And I was arguing with them and their fashion, right? Because we're calling this shit cult like mentality right now. So, and we're talking about racist and stuff. So now I'm talking about fashion. So we was dealing with them, and I got a comment from GLIB in my room one day, and he was just like, Monica, you know, you got to leave this and put this behind you. Something to that effect. Something telling me to move on and to get, hey, Diane, to get over this stuff and all this other stuff. And I was saying to myself, what? Do you take your own advice? When you telling people to move on, move forward, all this other stuff, do you take your own advice? And I went off on a live, and I was just like, you got a lot of nerve. And now here's a part that y'all don't know, but people that have been around here, following Momo for a minute, following my advancement. And I could go find that video. Does anybody remember? Cause I deal with has-beens. Some people, when they fuck with me, they just become has-beens. They has been up here, they has been this, they disappear. Anybody remember the time I had the dispute in my room? The one wherein the person, I went off on this dude because he put his email address in my chat. And I asked him, why are you dropping your email in my chat? Are you over here soliciting in my chat? Guess who that conversation was with? Let me find the video. Let me go through my archive of videos because that would be February 2018. Let me go through that archive of videos so I can find y'all that video. Because I cussed that man out from the head to the toe. There was nothing left of him. I demolished him within hours. He never recovered. If y'all need hints, I will go 2 up, 2 down, gym shoe. You ain't heard that shit in eons up in here. Came up in here. He then went and made a whole fuck video. I was still sitting up here. I was like, well, explain why you put your shit inside the chat. And then he went and made a whole bitch video bitching about me. And then I had to come back up here and really tell the motherfucker off. Because he didn't address me. He made a whole bitch video. But y'all used to that because that's what people do around here. They don't never go to the source and stop the problem. But guess who the person was in the chat that was asking him, or allegedly, because they were having some kind of conversation about emails, needing his email. Yo, could you send me your email? Because I was trying to reach out to you. Blah, 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 blah. I want to hook up with you and shit. So since my inception, all of the arguments that I've really had has had to do with shit that's come out of the chat with people. The stuff that pre-exists before I got here, that was a whole nother plateau of bullshit. People come in your rooms all the time with their own agendas, Come in your chat talking their own stuff all the time. Never fails. Start in trouble all the time. This is nothing new. Nothing new at all. Make a whole video, wanna call me a racist. Came up in here and dropped a group of people that YouTube even withheld the comment. You don't want to box with this. This makes no common sense. Shit, I got a whole nother year to go. I'm not even sure if that video is still on here. I might have to go into my feed to find. I might have to go into my archives of downloaded videos to find it. It's just it's really asinine. And just for the record, to be clear, I'm not subscribed to that person. I don't plan on going in his room and speaking to him. I don't remember exactly what my response was the time when he did that shit with this meetup. But the purpose of the main focus was just me demonstrating that they definitely knew who Monica Mojustice was before they started this bullshit right now. I'm sorry, I'm looking at some of the names to some of these old videos. They're good names. Some good shit here. Okay, I'm back in the days. I'm back in June 2018. Some of these videos really gotta go. I gotta take the time to take them down. Okay. Oh boy. Remember the book shit? This is just crazy. So this happened before that book review. It's one of those ones when I had the series, The Chat and Chew. So it happened at a Chat and Chew. Is it this Chat and Chew? Is it the Chat and Chew when I returned the car? Because for some reason, I feel like that's the Chat and Chew I got so upset about. I feel like it's that one. Good morning, Free Smoke. When you say who, what do you mean who? I know some of this stuff, y'all. Chat and Chew after the funeral. Oh, wait a minute. Was it the one after the funeral? It was one of the Chat and Chews. Yo, every time I look at the video that was taken down, that whole title is a hot fucking mess. I would have took that video down too. I'm not even mad at them. I would have took that video down too. Okay, it's either one of these because I have at the thumbnail, the end of the road is the thumbnail for this one. And the other one is the Chat and Chew after the funeral. And I remember going to the funeral and being upset. I'm going to try this one. If not, it's around this time. And it prompted me to make this other video with the rules. Because remember, I came out with the video chat rules. So it was around this time. If not, I'll look in the archives. Uh let's see, we got time. Can y'all hear? I'm not sure if it's this one. So this is me in 2018. Oh, did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Can y'all hear this? I welcomed into my chat. Oh God, I leave my pictures on some crazy ass things. These people will have fucking screenshots for days. Let me find. Okay. Did you hear me say hi P Money? Hi Adrian. So you didn't hear it? Okay. Oh, I gotta work on the sound. I gotta figure out the sound thing. Hold on a second. The sound is all the way up on this. All right. I can only play. Let me see. Oh, hold on. I think this is the problem. We'll just rewind a second because I don't want to be talking to that other person in the room. All right. Tell me how the sound is. It seems like. Well, which part has no audio? You have no audio at all right now? Okay. All right. I'll be having to play. Hold on. Okay, the video. Okay. I think because I'm playing it out of the other thing. All right, let's see if this improves. No, I sound good, but the video, they can't hear the video. All right. Because I can hear it in my ear. So y'all should be able to hear it. Let's try. Let's try one more time and just let me know if you hear it. So when people see the live now, they'll be able to see the chat. So there's some kind of feature to turn that shit off. Of course, I'm coming this way, so I ain't get to see the feature. Yeah, so it all depends what kind of chat you got. I don't got that. So. Oh, you probably got a notification because you got like 1,000. You got more than 1,000 subscribers. I gotta get this shit just as you play as you go, or go as you play. I don't know. Yeah. So hey, P Money, hey Adrian, all all the people that I just knew about lived in the house. But yeah. So the car is going back. We tried to flex this morning. All the people that I know got love for me. Just, just saying. I'm out and about in the car. Because I had to get a princess. Hey, Lamar brand. So I'm out and about in the car, and the dealership calls me, and they're like, "Love." Oh, I am so on point. Can someone give me a woo woo? I found the video. I'm so on point with my shit. I don't even know. I amaze myself some days. This is the video. So what do we do? I'm like, yo, it's already done. Like, how do I get this shit to you fast enough? So the guy was like, trying to talk to me, but I was like, no, I'm gonna call because I'm just gonna get on the phone and call. Hi, Shania. I'm gonna have right. So just tell it. So I get on the phone with Geico and they're like, well, you got a claim or like they asking me a zillion questions. So I'm like, listen, hi Harry. I'm like, let me just explain to you. I bought a judge and I'm sending it back by you. So just tell me how much it's gonna cost me and things because I can't drive it. I don't like the integrity of the car. My daughter is like, want one of those numbers because I'm at Best Buy. So I gotta finish getting my stuff. So I had to do, grocery shopping, everything else. So I won't be fucked up. That's good, Harris. We always like a good stop in. You listen. It shouldn't be at your desk. Oh, I don't have the thing on right now. You don't want to be. For the toe guy. Do you tip the toe guy? Do you give him a tip when he comes? Why are you advertising in my chat, Lamar? You see, I asked the question. Why are you advertising in my chat? What's that about? Let me find that. Hello, chat. Hello, Lamar 220. So we on the same program we was doing yesterday. So you know how it goes. If you up there and we encourage you to come on down. Be part of the event. All members in the chat are co-hosts and survive the show. And that's it. So he's getting $10 as a tip. I know it's nothing to see what y'all was up to. I'm still a little tight with you from time to time. I just, I'm just trying to get this rent game thing. Because I was somewhere yesterday and I was watching what the rent is doing. And I was like, so I guess that'll be my topic for today. Hey, Mr. Robinson. Um, I say, do you hear who came in my motherfucking room? Let me just emphasize. Do you hear who came in my room? And do you hear how I greeted the person? They had a miss in front of their name. It goes on. Listen to this. Listen to this shit right here. This is how you know you had the cross mode before or after or somewhere down the line for there to be some shit going sour. But then I feel like I'll be wrong. Do you mind if I fix the mistake? You just tell me what, and then that's what you get from now on. You just That's what you do to your elders. Just saying, just trying to teach people some common respect when you dealing with your elders, right? When you think that people are a certain kind of way, you respect your elders a certain kind of way.
Anyway, what was I on for? Oh, this French shit. So back to this French stuff, because it came up again. Like I was watching the behaviors of the renters, like setting the tone of the room, and I'm just like, does the person that operates the room really understand the power embedded in the rent? Okay, okay, so does that person really understand it? And does the person understand how it impacts the rent moving forward? Like my thing is, you know, I'll say it so everybody knows. Like, I've been kicked out of a lot of places. So ain't shit new to me getting kicked out. But I've been kicked out of better places than you two. That is for certain. And better places than Casey. And better places than I just have to hear that there's no God or you don't even know about God. Your whole damn conversation is about God. And I'm like, you don't even know what your platform is talking about, but you want to be mad because I want to be like asking a question. Will you show up and show out? That's we are show up and show out too. Happy Friday with. So I just was like surprised. So I see like renters blocking people and throwing people out or whatever. And I'm just like, shouldn't y'all give a caveat at the beginning, like, yo, this is how the renters operate over here. Like I know when I go into Truth House, that which is really my house because we're like fam. No, we're not like fam, we are fam. So hey Marquita, that yeah, I feel you don't
Was I ever so wrong?
want me in your chat. I will respectfully remove myself. I didn't say I didn't want you in the chat, so I don't want you to take that feeling. I'm just talking in general about my shit. Right?
So now you see he in there writing smart shit. So if you don't want me in your chat, you can just say this and all this other shit. So I'm reading his comment and I'm expressing to him some shit he did because he did some shit the other day.
And here you're not a man, so I just saw you putting out your email. So I was just like, what's going on? What's that about? That's all. We're all part of the co-host. Do you want me to give out your email? What are you doing? Like, talk to me. Tell me what you're doing. Not saying, and just about it. But so back to the French conversation I was having, and then said, but no, you know what? Though this is my channel, so I do get to say how I feel over here in my channel about the way I was treated, because this is the reason why you have your channel.
Say I'm good
I
now.
shouldn't have to fall back on it. Yeah, I was just talking about rent
I'm good
behavior,
now.
and then I was saying,
I'm
yes,
good now.
and I get it that you've been here supporting me, and I truly get it. But I think you don't get it that what happened, you don't even have an apology for what you did. So it's just like kind of weird to me that we just acting like nothing happened and it's cool. And I'm cool with that too. Don't be slow, Adrian. I was in a chat room. I believe Lamar Brand blocked me. He then went ahead and came on the chat and said, he was in a bad situation. So I'm like trying to deal with why we shouldn't be in bad situation. Cause see, I'm a fucking woman every day. So I stand up as a woman. So I'm expecting men to stand up as men. So instead of blocking me, damn it, you should have just came out and said something to me. But you did the block gang thing, and then you turned around and was like, yo, Mo, we don't want that over here. Then you come in, you wrapping up here, and you're like, hey, I'm just dropping by, showing you love. Motherfucker, you're not dropping by, showing me love when I got as much subscribers as you. So you're dropping by trying to get some love. So now today, you up in here throwing out your address. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that about? So I asked the question. Yo, I don't get played. Play with fucking Play-Doh. Don't play with me. So I don't like to come out my core, but don't make me go there. Then you'll be like, oh, I could leave. You could have never showed up. And you could tell your other friends, since we got me out of my core, you tell your other friends that I need him stopping by either. He stopped by in the chat. Y'all don't threaten me. I'm not fucking scared of nobody. Not on no YouTube, not in the internet, not in the YouTube world. Are you fucking kidding me? You know, you got something to say to me, we can say it. Can somebody throw me like a king of flow right now? I just need something to break. I just need something to break it, break it, break it. And you know what else that really pisses me off? Because I hope you didn't go nowhere, Lamar, since I'm still talking to you. Because you want it to be about you today, and I get it. So let me just get the hair that came across the face. Just get that shit out the way. Everybody having a lunch time? Hi, County. Hi, Tina. Hi, everyone. Tiny got all her showers going. Hi, Bin Laden. Hi, Myron. I'm just going to finish on no more. Because when you do roll up in somebody's occasionally or etc., you make it seem like you're harassing the person. It's like a constant reminder that you are here, especially after you block somebody somewhere else. So I hope you didn't do chicken little shit right now and just dump yourself dump yourself off the live like you just gonna go run and hide, because I don't want you to hide. I want you to stand up and say whatever it is you need to say now so I could not be misunderstood. And if I need to apologize and set it straight, get the love together, and that's it. But don't be going somewhere else like acting like, oh, I went into Monica's chat and Monica tried to play me.
I said, don't be doing that. And guess what he did? He did exactly that. But this all started because he was communicating with somebody inside of the chat and he gave the person the email. He dropped his email for somebody else. So again, the whole purpose of me resharing this live was to emphasize that people come in your shit with their own agendas, executing their own plans inside of your shit, starting shit, creating mayhem. So am I not surprised that we in 2020, and people are doing this shit still today? No, I'm not surprised. People creating their own narratives, coming in your shit, doing their own thing. This whole video, I done told off in this 13 minutes. I already done laid out the coursework that I see how people move. I seen people, this particular video came after watching other people put up a live talking about a man was a hacker on here, that he hacked their account. Then the following day, all of these same motherfuckers that was in the room that announced that the man was a hacker was on a platform, on a panel with the alleged hacker. So I went in the chat and I wrote, oh, so today it was less than 24 hours. Y'all on the panel with the hacker. So 1 minute he's a motherfucking hacker, and the next minute he's not a fucking, y'all hanging with the hacker. So what the fuck is this about? You understand? I just needed clarification for my own edifice. What the fuck was going on? And that's the question that I raised at that time, and it got blocked. And it was a fair question because it just showed the hypocrisy in this group of people. Or it gave me at the time the foundations of understanding the building of a cult. And that is what I've learned from here. So from this video is March 2nd, 2018. To the present day, we have seen how those cults have materialized and have maintained their fervence, how strong they are. So I just want people to know who was around where. Notice I'm not calling out nobody's names over here, but I was in my live on Sunday and they was like, you doxing that man. And I said to them, no, the man was in here running around in his government name on here. So I wasn't doxing nobody. I'm telling you what I know. So that was the second lie that was in my chat on Monday, the second misinformation that was put inside my chat room by the other person. So if you want to make a video and call me a racist, no, make a video and call me the person that finds the lie. You understand? She called me out in the middle of my misinformation. Call it what it is, but don't call it what it ain't. Because it ain't racism when you just discover somebody is providing misinformation, has no, you lack. And this is what Nunya said. People be rocking with people and don't know the background or the history about the people that they're rocking with. People get involved in arguments with other people and don't know the background or the history. And then other people make up a narrative of convenience to support their campaign of harassment onto another person. You can't harass me. You can continue to make videos about me, lie all you want. I don't watch them. Now, what I have to say to Joy and to Kels, because they new to me, so they don't, Joy knows this, because she was around in this period of time. But Kels don't know this. You don't have to defend Mo nowhere. And this is one of the biggest things that kept a lot of the fighting going on between the Robin Sinners and myself, because I kept telling my subscribers not to get in the middle of it. It was bigger than them to just let it ride, because all of these people came up in this YouTube experience talking about they were spiritually grounded, that God was the foundation of their bullshit, and they wasn't. Period. End of story. It's never going to end. It's demonic in its conception. And the conception was the conception of the channels. I could go on and on and on with what I know now about the people and why I stay the way I am to myself to a degree. But when I see the bullshit just keep flowing, and then you put me in the middle of it, the minute you put me in the middle of that shit, understand this, I'm going to come out with the truth. I'm going to come out and tell the truth and shame the motherfucking devil in the process of telling the fucking truth. So the best thing to do to the other people on the K Street that are trying to pretend like they didn't know who I was, stop pretending. You've been around, you know who I am because you saw the interaction. You're hoping to get a conversation with me so that you get reaction so that you can make your channel great again. Fuck you and your channel too. Go play hula hoop somewhere in the park that you can't go outside and play in. Go social distance your ass away from Mo Justice. Go do that. Go practice social distancing away from Mo Justice. You don't want this motherfucking smoke. I keep telling you motherfuckers you don't want it. I stay ready, but you don't want this. Every channel in this mix, and I'm not even trying to be funny, ain't even a fucking strong channel to this day. You're all weak, washed up, done, dilly oso. So y'all trying to keep yourselves relevant. Absolutely. Trying to keep yourselves relevant. So you figure you will come for Mo. Get the fuck out of here. Go play with a hula hoop somewhere. And I meant what I said. And I said exactly what I meant. Shit is absolutely ridiculous. I'm over the video because I know what else comes on this video, and it just sparks up other motherfuckers I don't even want to talk or I don't even want to speak on. And the reason why I don't want to speak on them is because I spent a lifetime getting away from some of this shit. But again, it's the same. Huh?
You open my snake?
No.
It open.
I didn't open them. I didn't open them and I didn't eat them. So if they open, you need to throw them away. How were they open? If you didn't open them, then you need to throw them away because I didn't open them. No, either they got popped while they were in the bag or they were already open. Do not eat. All right. I didn't open them. Maybe they got popped while they was in the bag. But me, I wouldn't eat some shit that I didn't open. I didn't open them. Maybe you had one. I didn't have one. I don't really like those. How is it opened? Is it open like some...
It's like a corn.
Anyway, that was a timeout moment. I done forgot my train of thought. But the bottom line is I'm tired of this. So y'all don't have to defend me in videos. Y'all don't have to make any responses and stand up for me or whatever. I'm Monica Mo Justice. My shit speaks for itself. It don't even need no defense. You don't have to defend me against any of those people. I appreciate the love and I appreciate the you making things right. I appreciate you highlighting that this is nothing else but YouTube bullyism in its worst format, in its worst shape. But at some point in time, when you ignore the hate, you do something better for it. You wake up on the other side of it better. So it doesn't benefit me. Anything that men or any of those men have to say about me is irrelevant to me. It doesn't furnish my purpose. Because at the end of the day, they don't bring me anything. They don't put food on my table, clothes on my back. They can't help me keep a roof over my head. I haven't asked anybody for anything here. I haven't compromised my integrity for anything, any reason whatsoever. So I appreciate that there are women out here willing to stand up for other women, you know, because we see all this shit going on. We see all this, all this, all of this hate and all of this breaking down of the woman. We sell them. How was it open?
It's torn open. You sure you didn't eat them? Because
No,
I didn't eat them.
I didn't eat them, Latia. I didn't eat not one. Mm-hmm. So maybe you opened it and don't. All right, so throw it away. I didn't eat them, so throw it away. We bought something from the store, and the item is opened, and she is like, "Did you eat some of these, mommy?" And I'm saying, "No, I didn't eat any. But if you didn't eat any and it's open, throw it away." That's the simple stuff of this. I'm just so fucking annoyed. And that's what I was. I wasn't annoyed. I'm not annoyed at one man. I'm annoyed at man because, as usual on this YouTube shit, the men take liberty at fucking with the women. Go argue with the fucking men that are around you. Go fuck with them. Let's see how that works out for some of y'all. Take the time to do that shit. Ain't nobody got time for half of this shit that goes on around here. But I appreciate that y'all was willing enough to think, because I hadn't heard, and I want to make sure that I leave off with what I did hear and what I didn't hear. Right? Because I stopped the Bad and Bougie's video right at the point of me being called a racist. Because one, there's no merit in that statement. So at the end of the day, because there's no merit in that statement, it's not worth me listening further to anything else that he has to say, because that right there makes no fucking sense. That's why the question is, define racist. That's where you stop. You don't even build up any more of a case. You stop right there and you be like, wait a second. There's no truth in this statement right here, unless he has a different definition of racist. So define racist. Then I'll tell you if I meet your definition, because the standard textbook definition, I ain't going to meet. So you're using words that you don't even fucking know the meaning of. So why am I going to waste myself, my time, my energy, my everything, defending something and saying I'm not that? Because a narrative up here has been spun by other channels. And they do the race card. So-and-so had the black baby this, the damn ding this. And it just goes on and on and on, because that is the loop that they continue to sell. They came here on that mission. They came here saying a young lady was in the freezer and it was racism that prevented her from getting justice. So all they look for is shit that assimilates the same shit. So you could show me the definition, your definition, then we could talk about the real definition, because I ain't never discriminate. Well, maybe I do. That's why I need to know your definition. I do discriminate on bum ass niggas. Yeah, I do. I do. And they all hold a candle. They all hold in a category that can get a candlelight visual from me, because they all need to be just eliminated, not even given any kind of breath. So if you ask me that, then I would say yes. I definitely am a racist to that. This colorism that's going on, where a man of color could say that a lighter skinned woman or have a different qualification for a woman of color because of the skin tone that she's in, I have a problem with that. So if you want to call me a racist because I don't want you discriminating against the woman the black woman at that, in her format, then I hold that. But when you have somebody who is just petty, small, and petite with their brain and with their knowledge, call you a racist, you have to find out what their definition of it is in order to be able to respond appropriately if you believe it warrants a response. So I stopped the video there because at that point I was just like, you know what? Fuck these people. That's all they want. That's precisely what they want. So they can have that spotlight all to themselves. Do I believe I'm superior to some of this shit? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't pretend that I don't. So I got a suggestion from some women. And I think I'm gonna roll with their suggestion. What kind of conversations to have, because I believe that there are some men out here as well as women craving meaningful dialogue amongst women. And what they are seeing, this is what they've seen, and this is why the attack has begun. They see women who can actually probably hold a conversation with one another on a platform discussing women type issues or discussing issues in an intellectual way. And they feel threatened by that type of growth. That's when you could say growth where? Because they see a conversation is going to extend past them, may extend past their childish bullshit that they got going on here on the YouTube. And they're afraid of the conversations. I was listening to an audiobook before I got into this interrupted. Oh God, what's the man's name? Dick Gregory. What an inspirational person he was. May he rest in peace. And he was describing what Rosa Parks said to him about her motivation to not give up her seat on the bus. And I was shocked. And I'm going to have to come back, and I wanted the first woman's panel that I put together to be about that, because it was a powerful shit that, according to him, and I have to spin it like that, according to him, the information she shared with him. And I thought it was great information. Both parties are dead now, so I don't know. We can't fact-based check that, or maybe we can, and maybe some people will like that conversation and go in and do some more fact-based checking on that and tell me if it was plausible what he said, she said. That's not he say, she say culture. This is what he said, she said to him. And sometimes I believe that when narratives are being formed, it's the person that asks the questions that get you the different answers than the common narrative. And he asked different questions. He asked her specifically XYZ, and she gave him, according to him, her rationale for why she took the steps she took. What the fuck? Oh. No. The one thing I know, I know who I am. I know who my mother is, and I know who my father. I know who my father is because they're still here. If they weren't here, I would say was. But I can't change my mother's nationality. I can't change where she comes from. Um, I can't change. I can't change those things. But we are different. Um, and that's it. But I don't know because I didn't listen to the rest of it. But I did listen to a majority of. I think I listened to all of Joy's live before I came live on the Sunday edition, and I didn't hear. And this is just my first reaction to the information, and maybe this is the difference between why I continue to listen to Joy's uh, breakdown of some foolish statements opposed to even listening to this guy's foolish statements. The difference, and that's what I was trying to point out on the Sunday live, was that the man that was speaking in Joy's breakdown was speaking with somebody else's tongue in his mouth. He didn't have. My takeaway from his statements was that he doesn't have any firsthand experience, knowledge, or even investment in watching me. He doesn't have a vested interest in me. So he's going by what other people have told him. And because he has faith in the people that told him something, he's going out on a limb on that. He trusts that person more so. So in life, when you have friends that you trust, that's how I started this conversation off today. I said I spoke to some childhood friends of mine because I'm checking on people in Rona time. And in checking on people, I said to the girl, I need to get my nails done. And she just gave me her license number. And then she was just like, yeah. And the password is blah, 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 blah. She said, you're not going to believe this shit. The thing is in your name, actually, because you're one of my friends. She was like, that is so silly. Like I can't believe it. And I was just like, really? Are you serious? She said, most of the time my password is in your name because you're my childhood friend. And I was just like, oh, that was just crazy to me, right? I said all of that because that lets me know she has faith in me. And that's what I was saying about that man. He was just going out on faith. He trusts the person that gave him the information. So when you can trust the person that gave you the information, sometimes we trust the person to a fault. And that's not a good thing. Me, I always try to go back. People tell me stuff. It's from their perspective. I then go in and listen. And from my perspective, I see that shit a whole different way. Yeah, but we have a, yeah, I thought I was crazed by that. It's just crazy that somebody would tell you that. Yeah. We was having a real we were having a real conversation, woman to woman. Like it was those conversations that you really have that you don't really know how somebody respects and thinks about you. And I had 2 conversations in the same day following that whole live with women that are not on the internet, women that are in my real life that came from my childhood and how they feel about me. And I was surprised. That was just shocking to me. So when you come back and I see this video now, I'm listening to your video to this morning, and I'm talking to you, Kels. I'm listening to your video this morning, and I hear this portion. I'm like, there's no merit in this. There's no merit. So stop. There's no merit. This is a person speaking on me from hate, and he is building a hate But we've seen him build this shit before. He built this shit from the time that he thought I was somebody's mistress. So fuck out of here. You know, he just rides around picking on people and then think that it's okay, that the person is not supposed to fight back. You know, you can only be a bully for so long before somebody comes and wipes out the bully. So I don't plan on going into his world. I don't plan on being a part of his lingo, because that right there is a person that hates. And I'm not going to feed hate. I'm going to do the same positive stuff that people are expecting me to do. I'm going to positively ignore that bullshit. So once again, I appreciate that you was speaking up. I didn't really finish to hear the end of it. But these people know of me. If they don't know me personally, they know of me, and they know exactly what they're doing, because we're in a state of time when they make my channel great again. And they're just trying to make their channel great again on the back of Mo Justice. And you know, if you feel like if you feel froggy leap, and I'm gonna leave it just there. But there is a campaign of people involved in this shit. And sometimes, and I'm saying this to all the parties, sometimes you've got to walk away and be bigger than the loser. You are not going to be a loser. Your branding, what you're made of, will benefit further than staying engaged in these kind of disputes with lifeless people. And a lifeless person, because I like to make sure that I define the shit so people can understand, because somebody will say a lifeless person is dead, right? Physically dead. No, a lifeless person is physically here in the not in our external reality. In their internal reality, they're miserable because they can't live as freely as they want to live. So they might as well be dead. Might as well be dead. If you can't come outside and you can't do all the things that you see other people do openly, even in that first video clip that I showed you, when you saw two YouTubers meet at the IKEA parking lot and share that with you, and you see two people who were happy to meet with each other, you have to ask yourself, what kind of joy, no point to joy, do you bring to another person's life that they would want to meet you? Nobody wants to meet some of these folks on the internet. Some of these folks on the internet have brought you into their lives and they showed you the turmoil. Other people have made fun of it. I don't really agree with it, because I think there's a level of poverty, and especially in New York, that is probably not seen in other places. I think other people, when I heard the man like trying to say, why don't y'all give back to your community and stuff like that, right? This is what I'm hearing that man say. So take a moment and listen to what I'm hearing him say. When I see uppity Negroes like y'all, right? This is what I hear the man say. I'm remembering the uppity, kind Negroes that gave to me when I was down and out. That if you was doing that same type of stuff, I might have some respect for you on that level. I'm searching for, just like I keep telling you, crackheads search for that same first hit. Sometimes grown-ups search for the same kind of kindness in people based on some kindness that they found in the same type of person years before you came along. So your philanthropist ways, they would wish you do it in a certain kind of way. The only problem here is that goes down to manipulation again. So the person can't respect you because you don't represent an image that they're used to. Now, the interesting thing, and this is what I really never will understand on this YouTube, is how somebody, but in the drama community, it makes sense, but how somebody can go after you, argue with you, post your pictures of your kids, post your pictures of your mother, post the pictures of your dog, your nasty ass apartment, your everything, talk shit about you, talk about your education level or your lack thereof, diminish you to a pope, and then you want to join forces with that person. They beat you so bad. Do you remember? See, while you worried about me being a racist, do you remember slavery? This is taking your oppressor. What? This is taking your oppressor, the same person that broke you, and wanting to join forces with that person. Weak as shit. That is weak as shit. Who does that? If you broke me down and tore me apart so you can make all the motherfucking videos you want to make about me. Oh, this is going to be funny right here. Hello? Yes. I know. I see. You know I'm live, right? Are you? I'll look it up on the I have it on the messages. I'll send it back to you. The new medication you told me about? Okay, I will forward that to you. Is everything else okay? Okay. You I'll send it to you. I'll look for it when I get off the I'll send it to you while I'm on the live because I look for it because it sounds pretty important. All right. Okay. Love you. Bye. I'm sorry. I'm always gonna be who I am. Got an interruption. Hold up. I have to take a time out. But that's just it. You don't become friends with your oppressor. That is the first lesson. Anybody that is up in here and does that, then you can't speak to me on me being a racist. You got to hold that conversation for another time and another place, because that's your own inward, outward pushing of your own shit going wrong that you want to what is that word? You want to deflect on me because you got some inequities with yourself. I'm not gonna be a party to that. We all may have joined you on the Rona mission and are stuck inside our homes, but that's as far as our joining with you has gone. We're not weak. We're not all weak. We're not all spending our time tearing down people. So y'all can continue to be over there doing whatever y'all want to do, say whatever negative shit you want to say about me, make up whatever narratives you want to make up about me. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I'm looking for an email to send to somebody or a text message to send to somebody. And that's that. Um, I'm sorry, the camera's not working today. I tried to unplug it and plug it back in, so we had to be off camera today. I'm gonna try to unplug one more time. But I know the sentiments. I know exactly what this looks like to some people. It looks like it's an opportunity to do some shit. That is really the thing. Let me see if I plug this in. I'll be trying not to make the computer do more work than what it needs to do. But I did get the docking station. Personally, I think the problem is with this camera. Because it's the only thing that consistently doesn't work right. Or keeps going off and coming back in. And stuff. So there's nothing I really could do about that. And I don't want to refresh this thing because I'm not sure what happens when I refresh it. Anyway, that was a good it's making me go back through some text messages around here. Oh. See, and you know what? I'm glad I got this phone call because it's making me go back through some messages, and it's affirming how I feel about some things around here. Um mm, I'm reading some text messages. Okay. All right, I sent that message back. I'm sorry for the interruption. But I think I've made it abundantly. I think I've made it as clear as I could make it. I looked at the videos, the two videos, in conjunction with the authors of them, and my conclusion is the same. People are on here doing social manipulation, otherwise known as predictive programming. And the people that they can program are cult-like minded folks. That means they are easily manipulated. And in that state of being easily manipulated, a person can come before them in this camera and send them subliminal messages and can be talking to me one way while sending you a personal message your way. And having once been a victim of that, without knowing the background and back shots and stuff, I'm saying I'm not going to be a victim again. So in 2020, I am more wiser than what I was in 2018. So I see this for what it's worth. And I'm going to say to ladies, to women out here, ladies, keep your head up, keep your platforms moving in the direction, the vision that you have for your platform, continue to move in that direction. I can't wait to do the participate in the discussions of the strawberry letter type. I thought that was a unique premise for a platform. I think reviewing the shows and talking to us about different things, I've found out a lot of things. You have brought content to my channels. You brought me content. I didn't know nothing about Kobe Bryant. Didn't want to spend no time worrying about Kobe Bryant. It became a whole series. You understand? You have potential. And when people see potential meeting up with potential, they classify it as negative. Oh, why would you hang out with that negative person? And I understand what they're saying. That person is negative to you. That's your relationship or your engagement with that person. My experience with the person is way different than your experience. And guess what? If that person is really no good, eventually I have to part ways from that person. That's the way life works. That's the way things are. It's my experience to have. It's my journey that I'm on. I don't need anybody painting my journey. I don't need anybody producing my path from afar. I'm sorry, that's manipulation. And I've come to the realization that there might not be really room for me to collaborate on certain things with certain people. I've learned that too, because when I've been, especially here with men, I haven't had a collaboration of any type with one man as of this point, but I've had a collaboration with men, and every collaboration with men to this date ends with manipulation. Someone trying to tell you how you should and should not do your platform. Do y'all not remember the book club? When I have a whole premise and then people come in and say, that's a wonderful idea, but you need to do it this way. And when you reject or decline their vision, they're mad at you. That's a level of disrespect to me. And then the narrative becomes you're disrespectful to that person who was trying to help you out. No, motherfuckers. No, stop. And I wish y'all could see my face because I want to tell y'all no, y'all not. That's why I don't like this avatar bullshit thing. Look, I'm gonna fuck with the thing now to see if I could get the camera to come back. I don't like people that think they could tell me how to do me. So I think when I come back, I think I'm gonna invest in a new camera. That's what I'm gonna invest in, a new camera. Cause I think it's the camera. Cause I done got new software and new shit. And the only thing that consistently fucks up is this damn camera. But anywho, oh, that was that. Oh, hold on a second. Let me put this up here. Hold on. Let's see if we correct that way. Well, at least I become a technician. This shit though is annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna go log in for work and do what I do in order to maintain my livelihood. And that's about it. I think I've summarized just to say this is the last stream on this shit on my part. Yeah, I think I put closure on this. I see all the players in the game, and you know how you even know when people are guilty? They hide in the bushes. They throw rocks and they hide their big ass hands. Because in the backdrop of it all, they're saying, holy fuck, she see me for who she see right through me. And that's a hard shit to swallow. That I see you coming. I can see you coming and call it as I see it. Anyway, enjoy your Tuesday. This should be a bunch of thoughts for everybody. And I'll see you on West Coast Wednesday. And it will be West Coast Wednesday will be later for the East Coast folks. We're gonna try. It'll be like 10 p.m. So it'll be 7 p.m. for the West Coast folks on the Wednesday. So I'm gonna come back with West Coast Wednesday, and that's it. This is Mo, and I've got to go.